This is episode number 13, a continued conversation with Carl Wagner. This is part two. What up? This is Quamon Fowler coming to you with Texas Tenor Podcast. And we had a great conversation that first half, and I wanted to share the second half with you here. But before we get into it, I have some news for you. Just wanted to let you know that we're going to be doing the CD release party for Forever, actually on Thursday, and that is March 16th. It's going to be at Buttons Restaurant here in Fort Worth, Texas, 7 to 11. And also on the Sunday, that following Sunday, we're going to be at the Steinway Hall, which is in Fort Worth. This is the location in Fort Worth. From 4 to 6, we'll be doing an unplugged concert. So I'll have myself on saxophone. We'll have Frederick Sanders on piano, Paul Reagan on piano, and Carl Wagner will be on piano as well. And we'll be playing songs from Forever CD. And maybe we'll play some CDs, some songs from some of the other CDs that I have. But it's going to be a fun time there. I'm actually also doing a festival at Weatherford College. That's on the 24th and 25th. I'll be playing with the big band and also with the professionals there in the area. So come on out, check some stuff out, and if you're local, and hopefully you can check it out live. If I stream it, you want to go to Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Texas Tenor, TEXAS10ER. And you can also check the YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Texas Tenor, TEXAS10ER. All right, let's get back into the conversation.
But anyway, that song was just stuck in all of our heads for the longest, and we never was able to record it like officially or anything. So what I did, I created a track with the first four chords of the song, and so I just created that track, and later I decided to go ahead and write a melody to it. And so it kind of turned into its own thing. Now it's one of those tunes that everybody, when they hear it, they had that same experience. It's just like, man, this is the tune. This is the tune right here. So I had a friend of mine from my church, PJ, very talented brother. He helped me out playing the keys on that tune. But so I took that track and I wanted it to be, I wanted people to experience it, so I released it last year in the summertime, I think June or so. And everybody enjoyed it, and I thought it'd be good to include it in this project because I let my pastor hear it. And he was like, man, you need to do a whole album of stuff like this because, it'll connect with the church audience. Because, I come from a place with my other albums. I had a lot of straight ahead stuff and a lot of, I guess, busy melodies or a lot of stuff going on. But for those people who are used to hearing singing and hearing a backbeat, that can be a bit intimidating or it's kind of too much. But I decided to kind of keep things in that vein with the groove. But, so it turned out good. As things progressed, I was able to pull these tunes from different places, because I'd written, like the first tune, His Grace. I wrote that one a while back, and I guess you helped me with the chords too to that one, right?
Right.
Yeah. And so
I love that tune. That's probably one of my favorite tunes on the album. I mean, I think your sound on that sounds. I mean, you just have a soulful sound. So the melody just really sings out on that. And I think I think we were able to come up with an arrangement with strings, with guitar, and I think that arrangement really came together quite well. I think it's probably it would be one of my favorite ones on the album. It's a really beautiful song.
Yeah, his grace. Yeah, I liked it. I think when we were in Joe's studio in Fort Worth, I recorded the tenor part, and I was really thinking about having somebody sing it, and you were telling me, you were speaking against that. You say, no, you need to play.
Yeah, Doc. I was like, I mean, we could be kind of be hard on each other. I was like, man, no, that sound of that tenor. I think even at first you played soprano on it. And
yeah,
I was like,
did.
oh man, play your tenor, man. Your tenor sound on that it works. That's it. You know.
It's really spoke.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I appreciate just from having you being a part of the process, because sometimes I guess it's just the way that I'm wired. I'll get bored with something and I'll want to leave it and pursue something else. But, you know, and that's kind of what I guess how I was thinking, even from, you know, introducing the EWI into this project, doing more stuff on EWI and even doing stuff on the vocoder. And so I was wondering.
That's why I think this album translates so many different ways, because there is singing and then there's the element of the vocoder, and you know, I know what people might be thinking, but let me say, there's elements of the saxophone, there's elements of the EWI, there's elements of the vocoder, but when you hear it all in this context of how we put it together, man, I think it's pretty dynamic, and I think it attracts so many different people to this album. And even, you know, the way it's laid out, that when you get to some of the swing tracks and even Behold His Glory, you all did another take of Behold His Glory. And, man, you know, I just think that the way it's lined out, that and the context, it's just that I think it attracts so many people, types of listeners to the album, and then those listeners that may thought that some of the things that are on the album that they normally wouldn't listen to, but once they hear it, I think that they'll see that, hey, I can't separate it, that I want to listen to it all. And
right.
So I think that you know, we were able to accomplish that with this album.
Right. And you know, I was listening to a podcast, these guys, this morning, and they were talking about the flow, or being in the zone, and it made me really think about some things, because see, and I was talking to one of my students about this. It's like, it's something when you can focus and really get in the zone, and so usually people think about that in sports like basketball. Oh man, he was in the zone, he wasn't missing nothing. And there's something to be said about that, because when you're in the zone and you're focused, your mind, your body, your soul, spirit, and everything is kind of honed in and focused, then whatever you produce out of that, you know, it's going to be really meaningful. It's going to be something that people could actually feel and connect with. Whereas, you know, when you create a body of work out of that, like 10 tracks, then there is a connection between all of them, where it's like you can't just release individual tracks, you know. And one of the things that I experimented with this summer was releasing individual tracks, and I was testing the market. I was trying to see how the response would be, And you know, and it's okay, it's cool, but what I've been used to is doing whole albums and and putting them out there because it's like a story. It's a journey
Right.
that you can take people through from one song to the next.
Right.
You know? And that's what I wanted to. That's what I wanted to do with Forever, because like even the transition between like let's say for instance like His Grace, Forever, and I Live to Satisfy You, like those songs. I would say this, like that song I Live to Satisfy You, for instance. I was going to name the album I Live to Satisfy You, but I thought the title would be too long, you know. But it's one of those hits. It's one of those songs that, like, I've let people hear it and they still remember the melody.
Right.
And it's amazing how, you know, in hindsight, this is why, you know, you have to follow the leading of the Holy Spirit, because as I'm inspired to write these songs, and that's what I tell people all the time, like I don't try to write music. Stuff just comes. I stumble across it, and then I'm like, okay, I better do something with this. You know, I can go months without writing anything, and then something will hit, and then I just have to jump on it. And so, but whatever I get, it goes or connects with something else that I've already written. It's just a matter of putting them all together, packaging them together. But I was inspired. I remember when I heard I Live to Satisfy You, and Aaron Heddingstrom, who he got his PhD from Denton, from UNT, and he's into arranging. And so I let him hear it, and we was on Skype, and he's like, man, that's a beautiful song. He's like, I want to do strings to it. And so he started, this was years back, like when I first wrote the song, probably like 2013 or so. And so he put something together, and then he emailed me, and I listened to it. I was like, oh, man, that's tight. And so in my imagination, I was just saying, man, that'd be really nice to get some strings to it. But I forgot about it. I just didn't think about it. But last year, the dean at my school, the Southwestern, Dr. Day, came to me and said, we need to present something for Gala. And Gala is this big music showcase that we do every year, where it features a lot of all of the different music departments and things, groups that we have at Southwestern. So he told me to put something together. So I thought, okay. And he said he wanted it with an orchestra. You know, we need to do something with the orchestra, the Fort Worth Symphony Orchestra. And I was like, wow. And so I thought back to Aaron, you know, saying that he wanted to arrange something for an orchestra on it. And so I just called him up, and I said, Aaron, can you do this? He said, yeah. I said, how long would it take you? Oh, man, a couple weeks. I was like, wow. So he made an arrangement to I Live to Satisfy You. And I was thinking, I was like, man, how am I going to do it? I'm not just going to play Iwi. I need to sing it. It'll be more effective. I was going to have a singer, but he's like, no, he wanted me to be featured. So I was like, gosh. And so I decided to work on, you know, the vocoder. And I had a friend of mine, Wendell Mosley, who actually put words to I Live to Satisfy You. And we came up with words to put to the melody, and I did vocoder with the jazz band with you on keys. Who was it, Young on bass, Young Hio?
Yeah, Young and Terrence was playing, Terrence Hobby was playing drums, and I believe Tom Burchett was on guitar.
That's right. And the whole Fort Worth Symphony Orchestra, and I'm standing up in front of everybody at the Southwestern Seminary on vocoder. Can you believe it? With the full orchestra.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because I think even the vocoder was somewhat of a culture shock for the Fowler
Right.
Symphony Orchestra too. But
That's
I think
true.
once it was really put together that night, and when it came together, man, it came together. So man, it was beautiful, man. It was. I think that even their appreciation for it changed, and yeah, it was a beautiful arrangement of how it all came together, and it's definitely one of the moments I won't forget. Just strings and orchestra and just just that moment of when we were playing the tune. It was very powerful, man.
It was.
The way that it came off.
It was really nice, man. And it's too bad we couldn't get a recording of it because of the commitments that they have. The Fort Worth Symphony Orchestra, they wouldn't allow anybody to record. But man, it was a great experience, and I look forward to doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing, that picture that I have on the back of the CD is a picture of me singing in the mic, and so that's a picture from the gala last year. The president's wife took a picture of that and mailed it to me, and so I kept the picture, and I thought it'd be good to put it in the CD design. So, but yeah, but it's been a great journey, and I just liked how everything came together with this project, and I appreciate your patience.
Oh
over
man,
the
hey,
years.
both ways. Hey, I appreciate your patience too. I mean, it was definitely a learning experience for me. Mixing and mastering it. I had done a few projects before, but nothing to this scale where I had to mix 10 tracks, mix and master 10 tracks. I hadn't nothing to the scale with live instrumentation and all the stuff that we put into it. I mean, it was quite a bit. And from three different sessions, I believe. I think you did a session with Fred, Terrence, and Young, and then you did a session with Alan from D.C. or from Baltimore. And then we did a session at Joe. So it was quite a few sessions, and so, but it was still a great experience. I learned a lot. I'm excited about this, but even moving forward, just from me, being able to take what I learned from this and just start the very next thing, I have a better understanding of how I want to start. And I think I will always reflect back to this album and how this album just really helped me for the next few albums that are to come.
So just for the people out there, do you have any other displays of your work, or you got a website or something people could check out, or what?
Right now, my website is still under construction. I have a splash page, so you can visit it. You'll just see my contact information. You'll see my social media links, and you'll see my links to YouTube and all that stuff. So that's www.carlwagnermusic.com, and that's C.
Okay.
So my name is spelled CarlWagner music.com, and my Facebook page is the same too. It's just basically Facebook.com/CarlWagnermusic.com.
So what are you doing? Are you're teaching lessons and doing projects, playing gigs? What you doing?
Right. Well, I have I teach lessons. I started a private lesson business called Carl Wagner Music Academy, and so a lot of what I do is from an educational standpoint. I was a public school teacher for 11 years, and so about 3.5 years ago, I decided to leave public schools and focus on music full time. And I love the focus of me being a full-time musician is I want to focus on music production and songwriting. But at the same time, I still believe in, mentoring and educating. And so I have the private lesson business, and I still do songwriting and production as it comes. I really want to get to the point where I'm really focusing on my own stuff a little bit more than what I have been in the past. And so I don't have a date that's in mind, but something is coming soon in regards to that. But and also I play at church, and I play around town, doing gigs here and there.
Okay. All right. So that's good. I'm glad people now can check you out and see what you have happening. Because the thing about it, these our experiences that we've had and our experiences together, it's our experiences, but for those people who follow me or you on Facebook or YouTube from afar, they like to know these extra little stories and like to, find out who we're connected with and connected to. Because I get messages all the time, compliments, and people let me know how much they've been inspired from some of the stuff that I've shared, which is a blessing. It's always encouraging to hear that. And my motto is, I wanted to be an inspiration to people with music and education. And so everything that we do, it's a journey, and it's one of those things where you have so many people or so many factors that contribute to what your work. And I always like to educate people of the process, and let people know what actually went on. That's why I'm always doing Facebook Lives and doing different videos and stuff and sharing stuff. So, but yeah, just wanted to have an opportunity to introduce the people to yourself, Carl, and hopefully, you can get some more work. Cats who want you to mix their stuff. Yeah.
Well, hey, man, I appreciate the opportunity, man. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, sir. So that's cool, man. So for you all that are listening, once again, you can check out CarlWagnerMusic.com and follow him on Facebook. Do you have Instagram?
Yes, I do. I believe it's you would look. I think it's the Instagram, and then my it's Carl Wagner Music. So
okay.
You'll find it under Carl Wagner Music.
Yeah.
However you say the Instagram / or something like that, and Carl Wagner Music.
Yeah. I kind of got into Instagram. Instagram is kind of tight, man, because I check out this other guy, this bass player, Derek Bennett. And he does these bass challenges, and so he puts up him playing the groove, and all these different musicians will put up a video of that they dubbed over his video, and so yeah, I kind of like that. So I've tried to put up some licks and different things on Instagram, because Instagram only allows for you to put up a short video and it'll loop. So yeah, I'm getting more into Instagram, so y'all can check out Carl on Instagram, and also my name on Instagram is basically just Quamon Fowler. I think it's _Quamon_Fowler. But I'm gonna be putting more stuff up on Instagram. And for those that want to get the CD Forever, you can go to my website, QuamonFowler.com, and it's right there on the front. I made it to where it pops up right on the front if you want to get a copy. The CD itself is available if you want to pre-order. basically you can get it now, but you can't get any of the music on any digital distribution sites just yet, because I'm trying to sell these CDs. But it's going to be available later in March. The CD release party is going to be on the 16th. I hadn't decided if I am going to release the music on the digital distribution sites before that yet. Maybe I'll just wait till the 16th and release it. But yeah, check out Forever, get the CD, and I'll send you, if you order one from the website, I'm still autographing them, and we'll send you one in the mail so you can get it. Because I know, man, it's funny because I have a little disk drive that I connect to my computer, but I don't have no CD players in my house no more. How about you?
Yeah, I still have one. I mean, I probably need to find another one, but yeah, when you're mixing and mastering, you still got to have a CD player around.
That's right. I usually just go in the car and listen.
So that's the interview with Carl, and I'm glad he was able to get on the call with me and give you all some insight on some of the inspirations behind recording Forever and getting a chance to also work on it together as we mixed and mastered and went through that back and forth process. Just wanted to let you know, I didn't mention it in the beginning, but you can get Forever in my app, the Texas Tenor app. If you go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, you can get the download for the app, which is the Texas Tenor Music app. And inside there, if you subscribe to the music tab that I have, if you click on the music tab, you'll be able to sign up for that service there, and you'll see Forever as a digital stream there. You'll be able to listen to it digitally. Also, all of my albums that I've released thus far are in there, and I'm adding music as we go, so there'll be some other albums that I've played on that'll be available also in there for streaming. Okay, so that's something that you can go do. Just go ahead and go to your app store and find that Texas Tenor Music app. Okay, all right, so we'll see you next time for another episode of Texas Tenor Podcast. Peace.